Welcome to Devabhoomi. Here we explore ancient and historical temples. Today we are with the history of Chidambaram Nataraja Temple. The early history of the temple lies hidden in the mists of time. It reached its present form under the patronage of the kings of the Chola dynasty in the 11th, 12th, and 13th centuries. The origins of the temple of Nataraja in Chidambaram definitely go back to prehistoric times. From the aerial view, we can see the old total surface area of the temple covering 35 acres, placing it among the largest temples in the whole of India. It is designed with 5 concentric pragaras. These are associated with the 5 elements. The innermost pragara is not visible. It lies within the sanctum with the golden roof and can only be entered by the Dikshitars. The architecture and the rituals of this temple reflect its history and doctrine. Where we now find this beautiful and ancient temple was once an impenetrable forest of Thillai trees, which is a kind of mangrove. This forest gave Chidambaram its first and most ancient name, Thillai. Within the sprawling forest was a lotus pond, and at the southern bank of this pond existed a Swayambhulinga. To this lotus pond in the Thillai forest came 2 saints named Vyagrapada and Patanjali. They came from different backgrounds and directions, but they came for the same reason, to witness Shiva's cosmic dance. It had been foretold to them that if they would worship the linga on the bank of the lotus pond in the forest, Lord Shiva would come to perform his dance. Eventually, this great event took place. Nataraja came to perform his dance on a Thursday when the moon was in the asterism in the Tamil month of Thai, long before the Christian era. This dance is called the Ananda Tandava or Dance of Bliss. From one of the saints, Vyagrapada, which means tiger-footed, Chidambaram received its second name, Puliyur, meaning city of the tiger. Its third name, Chidambaram, refers to the philosophy and doctrine of the temple. Chit means consciousness. Ambaram signifies ether in Sanskrit, but in Tamil, Ambalam means hall. The name unifies 2 aspects of the doctrine, meaning both hall of wisdom as well as the place of the ether of consciousness. Chit Ambalam is the main shrine where Lord Shiva Nadraja, accompanied by his consort Parvati, performs his cosmic dance, the Ananda Tandava or Dance of Bliss. The edifice, which now includes within its Garbhagriha or sanctum the Swayambhulinga form of Shiva, situated on the southern bank of the sacred pond, is called Moolasthana. This Sanskrit term means place of origin or root place. It can be found in the 3rd courtyard within Nataraja Temple, facing east. It is a conventional temple with a Garbhagriha containing the linga and an Ardhamandapa, a hall in front of the sanctum. In this Ardhamandapam, we find the images of the 2 saints Vyagrapada and Patanjali. They stand with their hands folded worshipping. A sanctum placed at an angle to the Linga shrine, facing south, houses the consort of Shiva, the goddess Uma Parvati. On the western wall of the shrine, we find a relief sculptured of the Kalpavriksha or wishing tree of paradise. The main edifices of the temple are the 5 sabhas or halls: the Chit Sabha, Kanaga Sabha, Deva Sabha, Nritta Sabha and Raja Sabha. The world is the embodiment of the Virat Purusha, the colossal human form. Chidambaram is the center of this form, the place of the heart where Shiva performs the cosmic dance. Chidambaram temple is laid out as a Purusha. For this reason, the devotees may approach the central shrine from 2 sides, as blood flows to and from the heart. The 9 stupas topping the golden roof represent the 9 orifices of the human body and also symbolize the 9 matrikas or goddesses. The roof is made of 21,600 tiles representing inhalations and exhalations of breath. The links and side joints symbolize the connecting veins. The 5 main steps at the entrance to the shrine stand between the devotees and the image of Shiva covered in silver. They are the 5 seed words or syllables of the mantra Namah Shivaya. By chanting these syllables, the devotee can cross the ocean of bondage. The granite plinth of the shrine Raja and goddess Kali. Shiva conquered the goddess, who could not calm down after she destroyed a powerful demon, by lifting his right leg straight up towards the sky. This dance is called the Urdhava Tandava. Then and there, Kali suddenly remembered who she really was, the peaceful Parvati, consort of Shiva, and she was able to leave her furious mood and return to her peaceful self. This scene is depicted in the sanctum inside the Sabha. The chariot form of the Sabha commemorates Shiva as Tirupura Samharamurti, the destroyer of the three demon cities. This Sabha has several distinguishing features aside from its shape and its function. Its columns are unique to the chariot hall. They are square, and although carved from the hardest granite, they are covered with exquisite miniature reliefs depicting dancers, musicians, and all kinds of mythological figures. One other feature sets this edifice apart from any other hall within the temple complex and from all other temple halls in India. This Sabha is mysteriously connected to the Sphinx. Here we see lions and sphinxes alternating in pairs girdling the Sabha. Also, the pillars of the two pavilions on the western side of the Sabha are supported by four sphinxes. Which function as caryatids, an architectural pillar-like support. The Deva Sabha can be found in the third prakara or courtyard. The festival deities are kept here during the year and puja is performed daily. This is done inside the Sabha and is not open to the public. The Raja Sabha is the 1,000-pillar hall in the second courtyard. It is the architectural representation of the Sahasradhara or crown chakra, which is the seventh spiritual energy point in the astral body. Nadraja and the goddess Sivakama Sundari, his consort, dance here on the 9th and 10th day of the chariot festival. Its base is encircled by reliefs of the dancers and musicians as it were participating in a procession. The most imposing feature of Chidambaram Nataraja Temple, which can be seen soaring above the plain from miles away, are the four temple gateways of Gopurams, located in the second wall of enclosure at the cardinal points. On the outside of the granite bases of the Gopurams are found sculptures of many important as well as less well-known deities in niches in a particular order. The inside walls of passages through all the four Gopurams are decorated with 108 karnas, the dance movements of Shiva, from the Natya Shastra, the world's most ancient treatise on dance, drama, and theatre. The four Gopurams, together with the golden dome of the central shrine, are the five towers which represent the five phases of Shiva, with the Chit Sabha symbolizing the masterful face. Within the inner courtyard to the east of the Sabha, we find a small shrine which houses the murtis of both the creator god Brahma and Chandikeshwara, a deified saint. The temple of goddess Shivakama Sundari, consort of Shiva, is situated on the west side of Shivaganga tank. A flight of steps lead down into the courtyard. The goddess is worshipped here as Jnana Shakti, the energy and power of wisdom. On the frontal portion of the pillared hall, on the ceiling of the right and left wings, the finest eye-capturing fresco paintings of approximately 1,000 years old that illustrate the sacred deeds of Shiva. The galleries surrounding the temple are decorated with a procession of dancers and musicians sculptured in relief. In this tank, we find a stone representation of the linga of Thiruvanekkaval, which represents the element water. In the dry season, it becomes visible as the water level in the tank is reduced. 10 days of Margari Arudra Tiruvadirai festival is the important festival in Chidambaram. The flag hoisting takes place a day in advance of Arudra Star Day. The festival is dedicated to Manikavasagar. During the festival days, during the Deeparadhana time, the idol of Manikavasagar is brought before Lord Shiva. On the final day after the farewell festival to the Lord, placing in this Yadasthanam, a similar puja is performed to Manikavasagar also. The flag is hoisted 10 days in advance of the Ani Uttara star. The first day festival begins until the 8th festival. On the 8th day, the gods Somaskandar, Vinayaka, Subramanya, Chandeshwarar, Sivanandanayaki are taken in procession on gold and silver vahanas. Lord Nataraja is offered Tirtha from Sivagangai on Chitrai New Year Day, Tiruvadirai Day, Amavasya days, Pradosham days, and almost all the days in the year, as many of the days are holy days here. All Saivite saints have sung in praise of the Lord in their hymns. The nearest airport is Chennai at 250 kilometers. From Kadalur on road, Chidambaram can be reached at 50 kilometers. By train, one can travel from Chennai to Viluppuram, Kadalur and Chidambaram. Road transport is very good in Kadalur district. See you all till we meet again in another video.